Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm going to bring you a video today to show you how I make my my puffy hearts. And what I've been doing lately is I've been making some puffy hearts, some bigger ones and some smaller ones. This is one of my small puffy hearts, and this is I'm going to do a larger one about this size in purple, but I want to show you how I cut out these hearts from the felt before I do anything else. I'm going to be using some bling that I have in my stash. I'm going to be using some little silk flowers, some embroidered flowers. I'm going to be using some embroidered trims. Here's some purple. I'm going to use some of this pearl and rhinestone trim, and these both came from my friend who lives in another country, who was kind enough to send me a beautiful, beautiful Happy Mail package with these items, with some, she sent me some AB rhinestone trim, and I think this is a 3mm trim, which is beautiful. And then I'm going to be using some of this rhinestone trim that I got from Debbie over at Kiki sale. I'm going to be using this dangle earring, which is one that I bought at a little shop nearby me. And then I'm going to be using this dangle earring that I got from Debbie over at Kiki sale. And then I've got some other, bits and pieces that I may or may not use over here, and as I kind of go through them, I'll let you know, because I have gotten a lot of really great Happy Mail lately from some amazing friends of mine, and to all of you, I can't thank you enough, and I can't tell you enough how much it's helping me to be able to continue to do my YouTube videos and to keep my Etsy shop going. So it's been trying times lately, and I know we're going to get through it, but it helps to have friends like the wonderful friends that I have that have helped me out to keep me going. Okay, I'm not going to cry here. I'm not going to do it. But I also have some paper flowers and some silk flowers. I'm going to keep myself busy here that I'm going to be using. So we'll just kind of go through all of that stuff as we get to it. Some little lace appliques that I've gotten from friends as well. So I'll just kind of go through it as we do this. One thing I do want to show you guys now, because it's very special to me, is my friend that sent me the purple trim and the pearl and rhinestone trim and so forth also sent me this beautiful necklace. And it's so special to me because I know most of you know that my mother recently passed away. I spent the last 3 years taking care of my mom. She was in end stages of Alzheimer's disease, and so this special friend of mine saw this necklace, and she thought that she needed to send it to me because she knew how special my mother was to me. And it says, "My mom was so amazing, God made her an angel." And I believe that is so true of my mother, because if anyone who ever knew my mother knew she was the sweetest, kindest person on the face of the earth. Just a really genuine, caring person, and she never met a stranger she didn't like. So that would be my mom. She's my little guardian angel right now, and I just want to let you know I've been wearing this necklace to work, and everybody loves it. I'm not going to say my friend's name because I don't know if she would want me to mention that, so I'm just not going to do that right now, but she knows who she is, and she knows I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate what you did for me. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to take and we're going to cut out the bigger heart that I'm going to do, which is going to be the purple one. And I'm just folding it like I would a piece of paper when you're doing paper crafts. And I'm just going to cut my heart shape out. Now this is going to be, the shape of this heart is not going to be your standard, up and down, straight up and down kind of heart. like my red one is. My red one is more your standard heart shape. This one is going to be a wider shaped heart. So if you can see the difference here. So how I'm going to, this is going to be two sides. It's going to have two sides to it. So I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to put it in the corner over here. And I'm going to just start to cut it out so that we have our back side to the heart. And the reason that I'm not doing it the way I did the other one is I want it to be exactly the same shape and everything. And the best way to do that, I have found, is to just do it this way. And then just kind of clean up your edges. Oh, and by the way, these scissors too. My friend sent me these scissors as well. They're Martha Stewart detail scissors. I got these, and then I got these from Debbie over at Kiki Sale. And they're both amazing, and they work great for different purposes. This one works for really, really intricate, detailed stuff. This one I can use on bigger projects, but it's still, the point is so pointy that I can get way down into the corners of things and get a good clip. And so these are my special scissors now that I will use on nothing but fabric and lace and things like that. These will never ever get used on anything harsh. So I still have my oldies but goodies, and if I have something crazy that I need to cut, like a piece of wire that I want to get into, I don't worry about using these anymore because I've already damaged them from, these are old scissors. So I will use these. You'll see me use these on other things. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to glue this front and back together. So I've got my glue gun. I use, my favorite hot glue is Gorilla hot glue. My favorite glue gun is my little tiny glue gun, which is the cheapie that you can get probably at any dollar store even, because it's small. I have small hands, and so this is easy for me to work with. I don't find it terribly important to have a detail glue gun at this point. I did buy one at one time, and oh my goodness, it leaked everywhere. It was a complete disaster. Within a couple of days, the one glue gun that I ever spent a lot of money for in my life was destroyed in days because it started leaking, and when I used it on the really hot setting, it couldn't take it. So it just got mad at me and started pouring out the sides and everywhere else, and I just decided I'm really, really terrible at sending things back. When I don't like something or it doesn't work well, I'm just not great at sending things back like I should. So anyway, so this puffy heart is going to actually be a refrigerator magnet. And the red puffy heart is going to be a brooch. So that's what the difference is going to be between these two little hearts. I'm just trying to get the edges cleaned up on this really quick before I start moving on. Okay, so now what I did was I left about an inch where there's a little opening here in this heart. So all I'm going to use, I take my regular old cotton balls from the drugstore or the dollar store. Actually, it's better just buy a bag from the dollar store for $1 and take your cotton balls and just kind of spread them apart like this. For this heart, you'll probably need about 4 cotton balls. I think that's what I put in my other ones. Unfortunately, I made my other 2. I'll be able to post pictures of them when I'm done with this video, but I made them and put them in my Etsy store, and I sold them before I was able to do this video. So I wasn't able to, they're already packed up and actually ready to be shipped. So I wasn't able to take them out of their packaging and show you guys, but you'll see them in the photos the before and after. I think I'm going to need 4 cotton balls. So I've just taken my cotton balls and just kind of pulled them apart so that they're not lumpy and bumpy. And then I'm just going to kind of with my fingers gently push this in there. And I'm first going to push it up into the other corner. So we've got some there. The next piece I'll go down and hit below where I put that one. And down sort of into the point of the heart. And then we have cotton ball number 3. I think I actually puffed up 5 of them here, but I don't know that I'm going to need all of them. And this is number 4. You don't want to make it too puffy because then you can't work with it as easily. So I'm going to leave it at the 4 cotton balls. Maybe just a tiny, tiny scrunchy piece to go right here. Okay, so now I've got my cotton in there. And I'm just going to take my glue gun and I'm going to close up this last little inch. And if you guys notice, I did not turn this inside out once I glued the edges. There's no need to do that. And I'll show you why they look just as pretty with just the crimped edge like I'm doing here. I'm just pushing those edges together. And with felt, I mean, you don't have to worry about it being, it doesn't fray or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. And you can see here with my new scissors, I can get into this very corner piece of my heart and cut out any extra little bits of glue that might be sticking out there. Okay, so all right, so we've got that all cleaned up. We have our little heart and it looks so cute. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pretty rhinestone and pearl trim that I got from my sweet friend in Happy Mail, and I'm just going to put this all along the edge of this heart. So to do that, I'm just going to use my hot glue. Because the hot glue works pretty good with this trim. I don't seem to have a problem with it sticking and or not sticking and wanting to fall off. So it has worked really, really well for me on this. And it gets up in between the little strings that are between the pearls and so forth. And it sticks, because the string is more of a fabric, it sticks pretty well. So that's why I'm going ahead and I am using my hot glue for the trim. And anything cloth to cloth, I generally use my hot glue. Just so that you guys know. If it's hard surface to hard surface, I always use E6000. Always, always, always. Otherwise it will fall off sooner rather than later. And especially if you're selling your pieces, you don't want to sell somebody something that is going to come apart. And then what I did was I got this pearl stuck upside down. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn it right side up. There we go. Okay, I got it. I just have to glue it down now. Let me glue down this pearl. Oh goodness, turn over. Okay, so I'm just holding that down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and finish going around and getting the rest of this trim glued on the edges here. And it pretty much covers that whole edge that you have crimped down. And then some. Kind of hangs over a little bit. So it covers that whole area there. Okay, just a little ways to go. Hopefully I'm not getting off camera with this. And hopefully I am close up enough. You know, I've been looking at my videos and things, and sometimes I think I get too close. I'm just going to cut this one pearl off. Sometimes I feel like I get too close, and it might bother some people that I'm like too close to the camera. I have had people say that, make that comment, and then I've had other people make the comment that I'm not close enough, so I'm not quite sure what the general consensus is on that. So if you have an opinion about how close or how far away I am on this video, please let me know so that I can adjust if I need to, because I do want you all to be able to see what I'm doing when I'm doing a tutorial. So that's why I do this, so that you can see what's going on. Okay, so there's our little heart with the pearl and rhinestone trim. And you may have a couple of little glue spots that are poking out. Just clip those off. I just have to bend this a little bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this lace applique, and we're going to put a little piece sort of off to one side, and I'm going to cut some of this off because it hangs over. So I'm just going to cut it off right at that flower there. And I'm only going to put this on one side of the heart, like that. So I'm going to take my glue, and make sure that you pay attention to what side you're putting upwards when it comes to the applique. The shiny side should be facing up. The dull side should be facing down. I've done it the wrong way before and been so mad at myself for not paying attention. So I try to remind everybody, you know, to be mindful of that when they're putting an applique on a project. Okay, so now we've got that on there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these pretty purple paper flowers, and I'm going to glue that right there. That's sort of our focal point, and I already know where I want it to go. Now, I just realized something. I should not have done that quite yet, because there were a couple of other pieces that I wanted to put on this that I didn't do yet. So one of them is definitely to put on some of this purple trim. And so what I'm going to do, I can still do that. It's going to go over, I want to make sure I put this on the right side. It's going to go sort of over some of that lace. Normally I would have put this purple trim on before I put my applique, but that's okay. It can go either way. It really doesn't matter. It just gives it a little different look this way. So we're all good. And so I'm just going to lay that down to the inside of that of that pearl trim. And again, you guys all know I work in layers. I layer everything, and sometimes, you know, bits and pieces do get covered by other layers that I'm putting on, and that's okay too, because it just kind of adds to the piece. And you know, I know that some people feel like that seems wasteful or whatever, but if you didn't have that other layer underneath, it, honest to goodness, does not look the same. it doesn't work. And so I have learned that, because I did feel that way in the beginning. I used to watch people do these projects and I would think, oh my gosh, they're wasting so much lace or trim or what have you. And really, in essence, they really weren't. They were, they had a strategy going. I just didn't know it at the time. And that was when I was particularly new back at crafting a few years ago, and I was watching some people do some shabby chic stuff, because I love shabby chic things. So there was a YouTuber that I was watching all the time back at that time, and she did everything in layers. And oh my gosh, she did the most beautiful, beautiful stuff you ever saw. And so I kind of learned from watching her that it's okay to layer things up. Okay, I'm going to take this little, you know what? I do want to put some bling on here before I go much further. And I think I'm going to take this, and I know it's pink, but that's okay. I like to mix pink and purple. Kind of my favorite combination of colors. So I'm going to put this little pink piece right here. I have my E6000, and on this piece I am going to use my E6000. I'm just going to put a little dot of it here on that. I'm going to close it up. I've been having such a problem with wasting E6000 lately, because I'm not closing my container up quickly enough, and it's oozing out, and then I'm getting a mess, and I end up honestly having to throw the bottle away because it gets so messed up I can't fix it. So I'm just going to hold that down for a minute, and what I did was I put a drop of E6000 and a drop of hot glue. The hot glue will adhere it right away, and the E6000 will let it stay stuck down. Okay. I got that little piece of bling I got from Debbie Cottrell over at Kiki Sale. That's where I get most of my bling from. But I have recently got some Happy Mail from my friend Carol in Arizona. She sent me some beautiful bling. My friend Lauren, I want to say Lauren's in North Carolina. Just some really wonderful friends that have sent me some stuff, and I'm going to tell you what, these people that have been sending me Happy Mail, I recently received actually several bits of Happy Mail, and my friend Lorraine, Carol, Lauren, Judy, Debbie, oh my gosh, Barbara, and my other friend from out of the country, and Dee. I mean, I can't, the list goes on and on. I've had so many wonderful, kind people send me things to keep me going, and I'm sure that none of you know how much it means to me, because, you know, things have been a little bit rough to keep things going around here since I was taking care of my mother, and now I'm back to work, but the job is not full-time, and so it's kind of, I'm trying really hard to keep things going and keep paying the bills. And it's not been easy. So you guys have really helped me to be able to continue to do my crafting and my videos, and make a few extra dollars with my Etsy store. So I appreciate you so much. I can't even tell you how much it means to me that you guys have helped me out like this. So, you know, you're all my guardian angels. I want you to know that. I'm using right now my sweet friend that sent me the necklace also sent me this bag of silk ribbon roses. And so I'm going to be using a few of those on this as well. Just kind of putting them in sporadically. And let's see, I already used one of those. I thought I had another of these pretty blingy pieces. Oh, here it is. Look at this. I got this from Debbie over at Kiki's sale, and it's got blues and purples and whites and all these beautiful colors in it. And they are so, so pretty. And actually, I was planning on using that on this piece instead of that butterfly. And I don't know what happened. I wonder if I can get this off before it sticks down too well. I think I can. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put this piece on right there because it matches this heart beautifully. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 on here on one side. I'm going to close it up, and I'm going to put my Gorilla hot glue on the other side. And I'm just going to stick it right back on top where I had that other one. And it'll look just fine. Nobody will ever know. So anyway, we're almost done with this, you guys. The last two things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put a dangle at the bottom here. And I'm going to put a magnet on the back. And then we will be totally done with this one. And it's come out so pretty. Let me show you what we've got so far. Super duper pretty. Great gift. Now, I was planning on actually using this in this heart. I'm going to have to use it in a different one because I didn't get it on here before I put everything else. And truly, this I didn't want to cover this up. So I'm glad I didn't use it because I would have ended up covering up more of it than I wanted to. I am going to use at least one of these little white flowers here, probably two. To put just in a couple of spots because it needs a pop of white, I think. And this, actually, this package has these little flowers and these little tiny butterflies. And I'm going to put the butterfly up at the top. And it's going to finish the top piece off. And these are just little paper flowers and butterflies with a little bit of sparkle and bling on them. So that's what those look like on there. There's the flower and there's the butterfly. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I've got these earrings that I've gotten from Kiki's sale. Is that not the most gorgeous thing you ever saw? Super sparkly. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut off the part that hangs off your ear here, the loop, and I want to make it so that there's no pieces that are going to hurt anybody. I think what I need to do is I'm going to take my little file here and run the point over that so that I can kind of sand it down so that it doesn't have that catch on it. Okay, it's all good. I keep my little fingernail files, my emery boards around just for that purpose. And then this piece is going to go at the bottom here. And actually I'm going to be covering up that cute little flower, but that's okay because this is prettier anyway. Honestly, maybe what I can do, I hate to waste these little flowers because Carol only sent me a small amount of them, and I've just taken that off of there, and there's a little bit of it on there, but I'm going to be covering that up. I think I'm going to put this piece over up there because I really don't want to waste it. It's too cute. I'm just going to put it up there next to the butterfly. Okay, so now we're going to put this piece on. I'm going to use E6000 because this is important. This one's going to be important to make sure you put both your E6000 and your hot glue because you definitely want that dangle to stay on there. So I'm going to hold it down and give my hot glue enough time to settle in and stick. And once that sets on the one side, then the other glue will have a chance to dry. And I think we're going to be good now. So that's what we look like now. Is that not gorgeous, you guys? Really quick, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take one of my large magnets. This is a pretty big one. And I am going to put it on the back of this so that we can stick it on the refrigerator, or if you're like me and you have an office at work, you can stick it to one of your metal filing cabinets if you have a metal filing cabinet. That's kind of what I do. I only have a small metal filing cabinet in my office. The rest of my cabinets are all wood, but that's okay. I can cover up my metal cabinet, and everybody comes in and they see my little pieces, and it's cute. So I haven't actually done that in my new office yet. I haven't made myself at home yet, because I've only been there a little over a month. And, you know, I always like to give it, you know, a couple of months before I start tearing the place up and making it completely mine. I don't want to jinx anything. So, okay, so there's our purple heart. Now, I'm just going to set that there so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to take my red heart, and I'm going to try and very quickly put this red heart together. So the first thing that I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to use this red trim and go around the edge of the heart. And we're just going to, again, use our hot glue. I'm going to start going around here. We're going to use another trim as well, but the trim that I'm going to use, I'm going to actually glue it to the back side of the heart. Now this heart here is going to actually be a brooch. It's not going to be a refrigerator magnet. So because this one's small enough, I can put a brooch pin on it, and you can wear it on your lapel. And what a cute little Valentine's Day gift these would be for coworkers and stuff. So I may actually make a few of these myself and take them into work and give them to a couple of my coworkers in the office. I think they would like them. I hope. If they don't wear them, I'll know. No, they're just nice enough people that they probably would wear it whether they liked it or not. So, anyway, so there's our red trim. And now I'm going to use this other pearl trim that I got from my friend Carol. She sent me Happy Mail, and she gave me the most beautiful Happy Mail package with so many things. She has decided to sort of shift her crafting to another. She's going to start doing some different stuff. So she didn't want to keep too much of her old supplies around because they were taking up too much space, and she needed space for her new supplies. So she sent me some wonderful supplies that will last me a little while. So this pearl trim is one of the items that she sent me. So we're just going to take that and we're going to glue it sort of on the back side. But what I do want to do, and I hope I can get this thing to work, I have a torch, and I'm going to light that, and I'm going to torch the edge of this and just sort of try and get those frays pressed down so that it doesn't come apart. So now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to take my little glue gun here, and I'm just going to start gluing these on the back side. And again, this little heart is a little bit smaller. It might be a little bit harder to work with, but the little hearts are what I've been cutting out to put in my store, just so that you guys know. And what I'll do with the kits is, I'm thinking maybe I will include, I'll make some of the kits to be refrigerator magnets and some of the kits to be brooches, so that you can make your choice as to what you want to put together. So it may take me a day or two to put a few kits together, but I will get that done over this weekend and make sure that those are in my store hopefully by Sunday, probably sooner, because they shouldn't be too difficult to put together. So here I go. I'm almost done with the perimeter of my little red heart. And just kind of burn that a little bit. And okay, so now we have our little heart with our little pearl trim. And I'm probably going to have to cut a little bit. There's a little bit of glue seeping out in a couple of spots, but that I can cut off really, really easily with my clippers, and it'll be perfect. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little piece of lace that I have left over from that other one that I cut it off of. Because this one is so small, we don't need much lace to cover it. And I'm just going to put that piece over here. Okay. Oh, I got quite the glue strings on there. And now they're all over my fingers. Okay. So that little piece is going down there with one little leaf sort of hanging over. Oops, whoops, whoops. Okay. Got that. And I think on this one, I'm going to nip this piece off of the back of this earring. And I'm actually, well, no, I'm not going to put the earring on yet. I don't think I'm quite ready for that. I do have another earring here, though, that I am going to take apart. And this is just a stud little rose earring. I need to get some more of these. I got these from Kiki's sale as well, and this is the last little red one I have. I used my other red one on another heart that I did. And I want one of these silky red flowers. So I'm going to use one of these. And we'll go with this one. Okay. There's that one. And for this one, we're going to use a little bit of E6000 and a little bit of hot glue again, so that we can get it to stick. Right now, we've got to use that hot glue. Okay, and that one's just going to go right next to the other one. And do we want to put that in there? Yeah, I think we'll use this little pink butterfly, even though it is pink. We're going to use that. Oops, I should have put the E6000 on first. Do that really fast. We're going to put this right here in this little corner here. And hold it down. And we're almost done with this one, you guys. This one didn't take too long at all. Again, I'm going to grab probably, let's see, one of my don't want to use that. One of my little white flowers here. And that's going to go right in the middle. That's going to be so pretty. And we're using hot glue. And that's going to go right there in that middle piece. And you know, I was going to use some of this red rhinestone. Let's see. It's got a little piece missing there, piece missing there. Do we want to do this or do we want to leave it? I think we're just going to leave this for now, because if I get too many different little things around the edges, then it's not going to look right, because it's such a small heart. I'll put that rhinestone chain on a bigger one that I do, because I'm going to do I'll probably do another red puffy big heart. And now I'm using some of my little silk ribbon roses. I'm going to use a couple of red ones of those. And let me grab one more. I just have to decide where I want to put it. I think we're going to put that one right there. Right in there. And then we need to put our dangle at the bottom and our pin on the back. And this one will be, again, a brooch. So first I'm going to put a little E6000 at the top of this. And I'm going to put a little hot glue where I don't have the E6000. And we're going to lay that right at the bottom where the V of the heart is. And I'm just going to hold that down for a minute so that I know it's going to stick and stay before I start messing with the back of this. And I have a little string right there and a little something right there. So now I'm just kind of going around and looking to see where I might have little glue strings or things like that that are sort of hanging off of this. This one is super duper cute. That's what it looks like. And part of me is wondering if these wouldn't be really pretty with a little bit of diamond dust on them. That might be a really pretty addition. Where's my purple one? Especially like right around on this purple flower. I think, well, I'm not going to do that now for the sake of the video and getting it done. And this one, I think I'm just going to, I want to make sure I put this on the right way. I'm just going to go ahead and put our pin on this one and call this video complete. And maybe another time I'll do one or something, or I'll do something similar and put some diamond dust on the flowers and stuff so that you can see what that looks like. Because we are on almost 45 minutes for this video, and I'd like to get it done within that 45-minute frame. So, okay, so now we have these two beautiful, beautiful hearts completed. These two will be in my store, in my Etsy shop, and available. So you can see the difference in shape, difference in size, and then like I said, I've cut a whole bunch of smaller hearts. I've got white. I only have enough of these gray ones to do two. I have one that's already filled. I haven't done anything with. I have just a few of the red hearts because I didn't have a lot of red felt, and I have some purple. So I'll just kind of try and mix these up into packages that you guys can purchase if you want them to make your own. And again, I'll throw in some bling and some trims and things like that that I think you guys might enjoy using on them, and you can have your own fun with making them. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Thanks for blessing me with your subscriberships. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified. Make sure you check on the drop down menu when you hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I do new videos. And I am honored to have you all as subscribers, and I'm blessed beyond belief. And thank you so much for watching this today. And again, I'm going to try and work on 1 or 2 more videos today that I'll be putting up over the next week or so. So get ready to see those as well. Thanks so much, guys. Be blessed, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, real quick, I'm adding this little bit to the end of my video. So I did not leave you completely. I just want to show you guys, I did put some diamond dust on these. I couldn't help myself, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to put it on, I need to show you guys what they look like with the diamond dust on them. So you can see the added sparkle in them after adding diamond dust to the rose and to the outline flowers and some of the bits in between. I did add some diamond dust, and you can see that sparkle. It's so beautiful. I'm just a really big fan of diamond dust, and you can see this is a little bit milky in a couple of spots. That will clear up, like right here. There's a bigger chunk of triple thick underneath the diamond dust there, and so once that dries, it dries clear. Once that dries, it will look like it did before. But anyway, there's the red one with some diamond dust on it. Super duper pretty. And I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. So we'll be seeing you. I'll post still pictures as well. And we'll be seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.